So I'm trying to, but with the same sort of walking feeling, capturing my hip into here.
Dwight was one of the first people that I encountered, one of the first people I met when I first walked into the dojo. He was warm, he was welcoming, he was funny, he was inviting, and he was just emblematic of the culture that I found in Aikido in general. So it was my first introduction to truly the human side of Aikido.
One of the things that I have valued that he has brought to the dojo and the students here is that knowledge, that intimate knowledge of Japanese culture and the language.
Partner's arm in that movement so that I can do that hip up.
People often say like, oh, you have to do birthday break falls. So if you turn 20 years old, do 20 break falls. You do 25. So no one asked me to do it, but I just figured 50 is kind of a big, auspicious number. So I'm going to try. I might not make it, but we'll try. Well, this is also my 30th year of doing Aikido. So it's an anniversary for me starting Aikido.
My name is Albert Asora. I have a middle name too that I rarely use. It's Yoshio. And my age is 81 years old. I was born, my parents were born in Hawaii, and I can't speak Japanese, so okay, yes.
I'm Hyunju Sora, but I use American name Judy Sora. And I'm 80 years old.
Dwight would be what we call the Yonsei generation, if you're Japanese. Now he's half Japanese, but for us, we had, in Hawaii, we're different from our parents. There's a big difference between those, the Sensei and the Nisei. And we're fully integrated into America as I taught. When I came to Chicago, I see that we weren't maybe fully integrated yet. It's different from Hawaii. Okay, so certainly for my son, I had no thoughts of having a Japanese name for him, which was the practice among Japanese to have a middle name Japanese. But Dwight
he doesn't have any middle name, Korean or Japanese. Yeah. As I'm a Korean, of course I'm Korean. I'm talking about some Korean story, history, maybe a folklore like that. And because he's a Japanese American, so we go to Hawaii. He knew some of the Japanese cultures. Then around 10, I think we started coming here. So then you go to Kinja and you go Mochizuki. So that's how it was. And I was so surprised when he was in high school. He said he's going to take Japanese language, So I said, well, that's fine, So somehow I didn't speak, Korean too, And kind of I said, I don't know why I never did, but that's one more. I thought I came here America because I like to. So I want to be just like an American. So I really didn't think, ethnic, we knew what our things, our holiday, all this. I like to talk to him about. But I want to be just American. So we really didn't do it. But that's all somehow his own. He went to Japan, then started Aikido. All this is some secret, I think, because he liked Ultraman Mother.
Yeah, okay. I want to continue your question about.
Funny enough, I think I was more aware of being Korean than being Japanese, because in Chicago I have a lot of Korean relatives here, and so when I was growing up, we were always having family gatherings. We have less of them now. So I did have an awareness of being Korean, but being Japanese, I didn't really. It's very strange. It's like it just didn't occur to me, even though I would go to Obon and the Ginza Festival. But then when I was in high school, so I went to high school at Oak Park River Forest High School, and and they offered Japanese, and so I decided to take it as I got into the University of Chicago, and so I decided to continue studying Japanese, and so the interesting thing was, when I got into college, I had a very vague idea of what I wanted to do with my life. Like, taking Japanese at the University of Chicago level really, I don't know, something kind of sparked in my head. And then I right away said, I got to go to Japan to study. So I started researching all the programs. And so the one I discovered was the GLCA ACM Japan Study Program. But me and my friends in my dorm, so yeah, this is so me and my friends in my dorm, we were all drinking, we were packing, and then someone said, hey, you know, we're here for a year in Japan, we should try something new. And I was like, okay, what should we do? And not me, someone else said, let's try Aikido. And I said, well, what's Aikido? I really didn't know. I don't know, we'll try it. And I don't know why I said it, because like I said, when I grew up, I hated sports, and I was not athletic, but I said yes. Oh, and here's a picture of me at this is the Waseda Festival, and so all those came out. So there's yeah, the Waseda side, yeah. So this is my my host family. They had a little store. So we lived in Daito. So yeah, yeah, these are the farm stay. So this is a map where each of us were put with different farm families. Actually, maybe my favorite part of my time in Japan. Yeah, because I mean, here's more picture of the theater. Because you know, I like Tokyo a lot. I like doing, but it's kind of just very gentle in the countryside. You know, it's so peaceful and people very friendly. Oh, here's a.
And after you went, you didn't go back for a long time. Why do you think that is?
I really wanted to go back, but I got caught up with my work and my life, and I just never thought of it. Oh, look, I finally found it here.
Oh, okay. That was fun.
I didn't really work for 2 years, like even the translation work. Like acting work, of course, was pretty much gone, and then translation work. During that time, work was still coming in, but I was just turning it down. So that was kind of, for me, that was very difficult. For 2 years, I made less than half my usual income, and I haven't fully recovered from that. I wasn't able to build a base savings, so that was definitely a hard time. And now, since the pandemic ended, acting work still, it's not what it used to be. You know, I used to be able to supplement. You know, I've never been like, you know, really prolific, and so I wasn't getting like big roles in TV or theater, even though I was trying to audition. But I could get like every now and then like extra work, you know, which just supplement. That's all been gone for a while for me, for union extra. And then translation, I'm sure this is partially due to the pandemic. All the companies started using more and more AI. And so now I get this past few months has been very difficult. Very little work's been coming in. So I was kind of hoping maybe, I was trying to put more effort into getting the acting work, and now we have a strike, so. So I don't know, maybe I have to change career.
Well, I wanted to take him there for his 50th birthday. So it was like a birthday milestone celebration. And then it kind of just ended up that my sister, who is also married to a man who's half Japanese, they've been wanting to go for a real long time, and then they heard we were thinking about it, and they said, hey, can we join you? Because my brother-in-law actually had family that his mother was still in touch with in Japan. You know, if we were going to go, and because Dwight speaks the language and no one else in our family does, that was going to be a big, help to kind of reunite my brother-in-law with his family, because he never learned how to speak Japanese while he was living in America. It was a little different because he I think he really took seriously the role of being kind of like the cultural guide and the one closest to like speaking the native language than anybody else that was on the trip. And it was weird because we were on vacation, but I could see him putting a lot of pressure on himself. So it was not relaxing.
I wish I could be here a year. There's just not enough time. I did not realize emotionally what it would feel like to be back here after so long. There's very much the sense of like, I'm just really deep down, I'm kind of like in love with every second of it. Like every second not walking, looking, eating is a second wasted. And even this minor stuff, like, you know, like the crowds, the streets, the heat in the air, it's all coming back to me. I like it. So there's a little bit of don't rain on my parade grumpiness that's been with me, because I have to admit, like for the rest of my traveling party, they are tourists. There's nothing wrong with that. But, you know, and American tourists, even though, you know, we're Asian American. So there's, you know, it's been a little difficult for me because there's this clash of expectations.
Special shout out to the Kintoki. It's so hard to find Japanese shave ice in Chicago. It's like impossible.
Yeah, I want to go back.
Do you want to?
Oh God, yeah.
Oh,
Especially
really?
since my son wants to go back so badly. But this last trip was so nice. You know, I have several projects anyway I want to because me and my cousin want to find our relatives because we have long lost relatives over there.
That was great.
And they're no longer we're from Yamaguchi. I know they're in Saitama now. We just have to track them down. I think I have a lead on one. I just don't know how to introduce myself. Like, hi, I'm your cousin, I guess.
I guess you just have to.
We have a common. My grandfather and your grandfather were relatives. You know.
Yoroshiku onegaishimasu.
Maybe exchange student in middle age.
Really?
What do you think?
So maybe if I go, because Japan's loosening the rules, maybe I could find the work. And the thing is, I'm trying to self-study so I can do more. So mostly I do like document work, but I'm thinking like I need to really work on how to be a live interpreter. So I'm trying to speed up my speaking and listening because they can't really replace. So I'm trying to work on that now. Because if I can do that, then that's another option.